Hello, good afternoon to you all. I'm Paula Bertram, teacher of English at CEPT, Centro Educativo para la Producción Total, number 12, in Villa Ventana, Torquins, Buenos Aires province. I'd like to talk to you about a proposal for teachers' development in the school where I work, connected with the incorporation of ICT more and more efficiently in our teaching practices. The following presentation is intended to be used for the project proposed. Let me introduce you to some information related to the context in which the present project will be carried out. This is a secondary level school in a rural community under the pedagogy of alternation, in which students alternate a boarding school residence during a week time with the responsibility to comply with a series of assignments at home during 2 weeks' time. The school objectives are to professionalize students from farming environments to develop job opportunities connected with a productive field, and in this way prevent youth emigration from rural areas. While the students during the residence are expected to engage in different productive and social activities, apart from dealing with the areas of knowledge of a regular secondary school, when they are not at the residence, they are expected to handle strategies connected with time management, studying skills, and the use of information and communication technologies. One important asset of this pedagogical system is that teachers are paid for a large number of institutional hours in which the present workshop could take place. Before we start, I'd like to support the importance of teachers' in-service training by giving the audience some statistics taken from the 2009 report by TALIS, Teaching and Learning International Survey. A summary of the results indicates that teachers' training should be tailored to meet their pedagogical needs. It should not overlap with classroom working hours. It should be free of charge, and a certification for the training is expected. As regards the domains in which teachers demand professionalization, ICT is the second most required subject area. Therefore, the present proposal aims to offer the school staff an opportunity to engage in a collaborative in-service training that would have the development of ICT at the center of its design. It's free of charge, and if it were carried out in articulation with the CIIE, which is Centro de Información e Investigación Educativa, official certification of attendance and passing requirements can be issued. I proceed now to show you the hours contemplated for the work proposed. There will be 5 synchronous meetings of 2 hours each, and work connected with research, planning and production is expected to take another 2 hours of asynchronous assignments. The total amount of hours is 20 hours. Well, I want to highlight that teamwork, a constructivist approach, self-directed learning are at the core of the work proposed. Therefore, the following tentative agenda will be stated. In the first meeting, the first week, we will be dealing with general aspects and the rationale of the teacher's development proposal here, where I am going to sketch the topics and theoretical background teachers are expected to explore. In the second week, we will start working with the plan of a project. Therefore, colleagues will be asked to work with a partner or partners and plan a project together. Partners may belong to the same or different areas of knowledge, and they will be working according to their teaching needs and objectives for a given course or courses. They are expected to handle the concepts that you can see on the screen. In the third week, the They will be asked to examine the concepts of ubiquity, play, digital citizenship, long life learning, and 21st century skills. They will be asked to revise the notes they have taken in previous meetings and enhance the project plan with new information, material, objectives, activities, among other ingredients stemmed from their reflections and findings. In week number 4, they will be asked to go into different apps, platforms, digital and gamification tools, and choose as many as possible that could be included in their plan. Enough support should be presented to back their choices. Finally, in week number 5, there will take place a roundup and evaluation techniques will be considered and included in the plan or the project. So, this is the beginning. The first meeting will be as follows. Why should we bother, right? I'll stop for a little while to consider these 2 questions and pose them as starting point for reflection for us teachers, who didn't a huge responsibility in handling the issue of ICT, both as professionals and as citizens of the world. So, what has changed as regards teachers and students' roles since we have graduated? What is the use teachers give to electronic devices in our daily lives and in our professional lives? My colleague teachers may want to share their thoughts in the comment section or just record them for later use. So what are the challenges? Continue. The new or not so new challenges of teaching in the 21st century can be confronted with the following assertions. Teachers will be indicated to work in groups of 3 or 4 and take 10 minutes to choose at least 2 of these statements and consider whether they agree or not with them. They must support their choices, taking into account their classroom experiences. Some minutes to share their findings will be allowed afterwards. Okay, so as an introduction to the theoretical contents to be dealt with during the course, the following props up the idea that ICT matters, and a lot, mostly for the professional development of teachers. The effective use of ICT in our pedagogical practices gives educators the opportunity to enhance classroom knowledge, articulate with other areas in teamwork, and tackle projects around PBL and clear rationale, and encourage and develop strategies of self-directed learning, such as the use of personal learning environments or play. So teachers will be asked to discuss the meaning and scope of these concepts, jot down some keywords connected with them, and share these briefly with their colleagues. 10 minutes time will be allowed for this section. And as an assignment for the first week, teachers will be asked to go further into the concepts dealt with in this section. So, second meeting, let's do it. Some minutes will be allowed for sharing what has been assigned as homework, and then we will proceed to deepen into the concepts. So, if you are ready, we're getting ready, steady, and go. Okay, next, in the following toolbox, some material to work with is presented. I shall indicate that a collaborative toolbox should be implemented and completed with many other sources. So during the second week, teachers are expected to plan a project putting into practice the conceptual tenets of these approaches. Before starting with the plan, the theoretical background for PBL, Cleal and Bloom's taxonomy has to be tackled. So, if they need, teachers can click on every image, as you can see, and in which you are led to a page to consult every topic. So they will be asked to choose one during the class and read extensively about the topic chosen and prepare a 5-minute talk about it, highlighting the key points. Moreover, other sources are encouraged to be consulted and shared through different media. For example, Collaborative documents, Padlets, and Jamboards are some possibilities among others. While a sketch of the plan can be done during this meeting, it should be further developed as an asynchronous assignment. In our third meeting, synchronous meeting, these concepts are intended to be worked with. So, teachers will be encouraged to think about ubiquity, personal learning environments, learning environment, technology literacy, flexibility, productivity, initiative, digital citizenship, among other concepts. And they will be asked to read and consult the following authors, for example, Michael Serres, Cesar Cole, Nick Pichi, Daniel Casani, among others. So notes are expected to be taken by the educators and then shared with their colleagues through the chosen media. These topics having been dealt with, the project plans have to be enriched by the new conceptual findings. Peer revision of plans will be indicated as an asynchronous assignment. On week number 4, the consideration and exploration of different digital tools will be indicated. These are just some examples among many others. So again, by clicking on one of the tools described here, the teachers can consult and visit every page and produce a review to share with their colleagues and write it down in a Jamboard. So again, the project plans will be revisited and enhanced by the use of the digital tools that suit their objectives better. As a bonus, this G-Suite list applied to Bloom's taxonomy will be presented, and teachers will be asked to complete it with other digital tools as an asynchronous work. Last but not least, evaluation has to be carefully planned. Therefore, I suggest that the criteria to evaluate students' performance in the project should include the following concepts: skills, metacognition, abilities connected with the content area, etc. So, the idea is to create a rubric. By going to this page, teachers will find a rubric creating tool. So during the synchronous 5th meeting, the teachers will design a rubric and consider the instruments and criteria of evaluation for the project, and also they're going to reflect on their own process during the development proposal. So it is important to point out that the rubric with the criteria to assess and mark students' work should be discussed with them as well. To conclude, I offer this quote taken from the book Thumbelina by philosopher and educator Michael Serres, and ask the teachers to relate this quote with all the work they have been carrying out, support their conclusions and argumentations. So, the world has changed so much that young people must reinvent it all. A way of living together, institutions, a way of being and knowing. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening, and if there are any questions, we're going to put them on together. Thank you so much.